Hello, and welcome back to Everyday English News Podcast. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Tyla. Today is Friday, May 1st, 2026, and we are bringing you the top 10 news headlines in simple English.
This episode is designed for English practice, so we'll explain the news clearly, naturally, and without complicated language.
And at the end, we'll also explain a few important words from today's headlines. Let's begin.
Our first headline is about May Day, also known as International Workers' Day.
Workers and activists around the world are holding rallies today. Many are demanding better wages, safer working conditions, and peace.
That makes sense, especially because many people are struggling with rising energy costs and inflation.
Exactly. May Day has always been about workers' rights, but this year, the protests also connect to global economic pressure.
So this is not just a holiday, it is also a day when people speak up about jobs, salaries, and the cost of living.
The second big story is about oil prices. Oil markets are still under pressure because of tensions linked to the Iran conflict.
Reuters reported that Asian markets found some relief as oil moved slightly down from recent highs, but prices remain volatile.
Volatile means prices are moving up and down quickly, right?
Exactly, and when oil prices rise, transport, food, electricity, and many daily expenses can become more expensive.
So even if someone does not follow global politics, they may still feel the impact in their monthly budget.
Our third headline is from the financial world. Asian share markets showed signs of recovery today.
A big reason is strong performance from major technology companies. Investors seem more confident after better earnings from some big firms.
Yes, Reuters reported that tech strength helped calm market fears, even though oil prices and geopolitical tensions are still making investors nervous.
So the mood is mixed. Technology is giving hope, but oil and war are creating worry.
That's a perfect summary.
The fourth headline is about Japan and Ukraine.
Ukraine's ambassador to Japan said that Japan's relaxation of weapons export rules could open a path for future talks about military support.
But it is important to say that Japan has not announced that it will send weapons to Ukraine.
Correct. At this stage, it is more about possibility and discussion.
This matters because Japan has historically been careful with defense exports, so any change in rules gets international attention.
Now let's move to India. May 1st is a very important day here.
Yes, today is Maharashtra Day, Labor Day, and also Buddha Purnima in many places.
Because of this, several banks, offices, schools, and public institutions may be closed depending on the state.
People should check local holiday rules before planning bank visits or official work.
And in Maharashtra, this day marks the formation of the state in 1960. Our sixth headline comes from the AI world. South Africa has withdrawn its first national AI policy after it was found to contain fake AI-generated citations.
That is a serious reminder that AI can be useful, but it still needs human checking.
Exactly. The irony is strong here. A government AI policy got into trouble because of AI-style mistakes.
So the lesson is simple. AI can help write, research, and organize ideas, but people still need to verify facts before publishing anything official.
This is not just a South Africa story. It is a warning for every government, company, school, and creator using AI today.
Our seventh headline is from football. Wrexham is trying to keep its Premier League dream alive.
This is the club owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, right?
Yes. Wrexham has already become one of the most followed football stories in the world because of its rise from lower leagues and its documentary fame.
Now the club is fighting for a playoff place that could take it one step closer to the Premier League.
If they manage it, it would be one of the most dramatic football journeys in recent years.
A small club, Hollywood owners, global attention, and a possible Premier League dream. This is why sports stories travel across borders.
The eighth headline comes from the United States.
The Trump administration has argued that the war in Iran has effectively ended because of a ceasefire that began in early April.
This is politically important because it may affect whether the White House needs further approval from Congress.
But even with a ceasefire, tensions remain. Iran has warned of strong retaliation if attacks resume.
So the situation is calmer than active fighting, but not fully settled.
The ninth headline is from Argentina.
Workers in Buenos Aires are protesting as May Day arrives, during anger over President Javier Milei's labor law changes.
The concern is that reforms may weaken worker protections.
This connects with a wider global theme today. Workers are worried about wages, job security, and rising living costs. Our final headline is about technology and artificial intelligence.
Markets are closely watching big tech companies because their spending on AI infrastructure remains huge.
Reports suggest that major technology companies are continuing to spend heavily on data centers, chips, and AI systems.
That shows AI is still one of the biggest business stories in the world.
But investors are also asking an important question. Will all this spending turn into real profits?
Exactly. AI is exciting, but the business results still matter.
Daniel, if you had to choose one main theme from today's news, what would it be?
I would say the main theme is pressure. Pressure on workers, pressure on oil markets, pressure on governments, and pressure on technology companies to deliver results.
That's a good point. I would add that today's news also shows how connected the world is.
Yes, a conflict in one region can affect oil prices everywhere. A tech company's earnings can affect markets across continents. A labor protest in one country can reflect the same worries workers have in another country.
And that is why learning the news in English is useful. You learn language, but you also understand the world better.
Well said. That brings us to the vocabulary section.
Before we jump on to that, I wanted to tell everyone, if you're trying to improve your English without sitting with heavy textbooks, this is for you. We post quick 10-minute podcast-style episodes every morning and evening so you can practice listening, learn new words, and stay updated with the world at the same time. If that sounds helpful, do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's learn English the smart way, one short episode at a time. Our first word is rally. A rally is a public gathering where people support or protest something.
Example, workers joined a rally to demand better wages.
Second word, volatile. Volatile means changing quickly and unpredictably. Example, oil prices are volatile because of global tensions.
Third word, ceasefire. A ceasefire is an agreement to stop fighting for some time. Example, the two sides agreed to a ceasefire in April.
Fourth word, inflation. Inflation means prices are rising over time. Example, inflation makes food, fuel, and rent more expensive.
Fifth word, infrastructure. Infrastructure means the basic systems needed for something to work, like roads, power, internet, data centers, or transport networks. Example, AI companies are spending heavily on infrastructure.
That's all for today's Everyday English News podcast. Today we covered May Day rallies, oil prices, Asian markets, Japan and Ukraine, Indian holidays, bank closures, global politics, Argentina protests, and AI spending.
Practice these words today: rally, volatile, ceasefire, inflation, and infrastructure. And thank you for listening.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.